In the United States, for example, if we take census numbers and if we assume that the households in the US are going to become a little smaller, such as Germany's today, the United States will have to build 74 million new homes over the next 40 years. 74 million. This is more than the United Kingdom, France, Canada, and Australia put together has today in terms of homes. This is not China, this is the United States. But now, the question is, how are these cities going to grow? Everybody agrees today that low-density suburbs, which is the characteristic urban structure of the United States, is not convenient for quality of life or environment. But also, most Americans don't want to live in Manhattan either. They don't want to live in high rises, facing a narrow sidewalk and a street full of cars, which is dangerous, where people may get killed, which is noisy. So the question is, we need to build 74 million new homes in the United States, and whatever is done in the United States will have a huge influence in the rest of the world. How are these cities going to be built? So why not think of an new American city which is dense, with thousands of miles of greenways and pedestrian-only roads crisscrossing it. A city which would offer density, with offering the same things that people seek in the suburbs, such as green and safe spaces for children to ride bicycles. A radically different design, because clearly we are talking about technology. What we have in suburbs or what we have downtown, neither one of those works. So we clearly need to think of a different urban model. But the second question is not only how, but where are these cities going to be built in the United States? Clearly, it should not be built beyond the existing suburbs, far away beyond the existing suburbs. So where are these 74 million homes to be built? I would say the obvious answer would be to build demolishing tens of thousands of hectares of existing suburbs which were well located. Why is the United States so important? Because this has an enormous influence on what is to happen all over the world. A city is only a means to a way of life. So designing a city, we really are designing ways of life. And whatever we're going to do over the next 40 or 50 years in developing countries will determine the world's sustainability, quality of life, and happiness for millions. I am absolutely convinced that radically new designs, very different cities are possible. They are very simple. They are politically very difficult, but they could lead us to have cities which are much more sustainable, where people will lead much happier lives.